You are in a position that is usually a male-dominated.
That's my job. I'm a leader. I always wanted to work overseas, but working in luxury hotels is hard work. I didn't go to hotel school. I wanted to be a politician. I must be in the wrong job. I haven't had a glass of champagne in a long time. 3 continents, 12 hotels, and 9 countries. I am a firm believer that the hard skills can be taught, but the soft skills I want to see in the people we recruit.
The difference between luxury hotels and 5-star hotels.
Nice little surprise details that you don't expect.
According to the brand or the strategy of the team.
Secret sauce. Whatever's said in the room stays in the room. It's like Vegas.
What is the legacy that you wish to live in the luxury hotel industry?
I want to leave.
Hi, Dale.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Fantastic. You?
Thank you for being with us today in Not From The Couch. I'm
pleasure.
so happy to have this chance and interview you. Can you tell me about your story, how you find yourself, your way into the luxury hotels?
Sure. Hotels, first and foremost, was an accident. When I went to university, I had wanted to become a diplomat or a lawyer.
Wow.
So I'd always wanted to work overseas. And I graduated with my first degree, which was a bachelor's degree in political science. And I had been accepted to law school. But I needed to find a summer job. So I had worked on a political campaign, which we had lost. And one day the members of the political party that had won their seat invited me to lunch. Coincidentally, we went to lunch at the Hilton.
Okay.
Which was very strange to go to lunch at the Hilton. So I was sitting there and all of a sudden meeting many, many managers. And one of the chats around the table was, why don't you work here for the summer? Because we lost the election, I didn't have a job. And I just needed something before. Law school started in September and this was in April. So the next day, I got a phone call from the front of house manager at the Hilton. Would you like to come in for an interview for a receptionist job? So I thought, okay.
So you started as a receptionist?
Yes, I took a summer job for a few months as a receptionist. And 30 plus years later, 3 continents, 12 hotels and 9 countries. It has been a very long summer.
You know, people think working in luxury hotels is all about sipping champagne, mingling with the superstars, and you have access to Michelin star chefs cooking for you especially. This is a misconception or a truth?
I must be in the wrong job. I haven't had a glass of champagne in a long time. No, it's a myth, but many luxury hotels, you meet many celebrities, politicians, you dine nicely, yes. But working in luxury hotels is hard work. And luxury is all about attention to detail, adhering to the guest needs, enhancing the guest visit, making the guest have a wonderful experience. They go home and they talk about it. So it's not sipping champagne all day long.
So how does it look like your typical day at work?
Typically, it would be, I come in, I say good morning to everybody. I walk the floors, I walk the heart of house. I go to my office, I open my emails. Then I do a morning brief with the senior team. And then I do usually a revenue call to see how much revenues come in the day before and review the way forward commercially. And then usually I'm in meetings back to back. So whether it's client meetings, team meetings, sessions that I speak externally, committees that I sit in within the city. I'm in a lot of meetings.
So no sipping champagne.
No sipping champagne.
Or Michelin star chefs cooking for you. Okay, so in your personal opinion, what kind of skills or personal traits one should develop to work in luxury hotels and industry, to be more specific? Because, people see this job is really so tempting. So let us know what kind of personal traits that people can develop to fit in.
So I've always, and I will repeat this, always hired on personality. I am a firm believer that the hard skills can be taught, but the soft skills I want to see in the people we recruit. So whether that is enthusiasm, passion for customer service, the fire in their eyes, people that want to give that wow moment and that wow experience, people that smile, people that are committed to doing the job. Because you can train somebody how to use a computer. You can train people how to check in a guest, how to serve a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
But you need to have the right attitude and the right personality.
Oh, thank you for highlighting this.
So we interview everybody. Everybody that probably gets recruited is interviewed at least 4 or 5 times before they start on the floor. Mm-hmm. Because we want to make sure people have the right personality. The rest of the stuff we can train.
So this is for people who work like in the operations,
yes,
like front office.
Yes.
What about people who work for other positions like back the office, sales, marketing?
Again, the hard skills can be trained. So if you have the right attitude, the commitment, the willing to learn, the willing to grow yourself. I didn't go to hotel school. I wanted to be a politician.
That's a surprise for me, to be honest.
I had the attitude and I learned. And whether you learn internally or externally, or you put yourself out there, to me, it's all about attitude.
How can they excel in the luxury industry? And what is the difference between luxury hotels and 5-star hotels? Because a lot of people, I believe, don't know what's the difference between the luxury hotel and the normal 5-star hotel.
So let's talk first of all about the difference between a luxury and a 5-star hotel.
Okay.
Luxury is all about trying to enhance that guest moment. We have a culture in our luxury estate of golden nuggets. And it's called about understanding why the guests are there and what you can do to enhance the guest. And I'll give you some examples of that. We had a guest in the restaurant the other night, and the flowers on the table were their favorite flower. And they made reference to that to the waitstaff. When the lady finished her dinner, went up to her room, the waitstaff had put a bouquet of those flowers in her rooms. So they understood and read the guest's mind.
Wow.
Yes? We do a lot of personalization. So if it's a wedding or an engagement or somebody's there for a celebration, we acknowledge it. And whether it's a card or embroidering the pillows or the robes or finding out what their favorite item is. So there was a guest in recently who collects charms, and she was looking for a lotus charm. So the team got a lotus charm, which is a very well-known flower. Another guest recently where the team was researching, and we do a lot of research on our guests. So this was a guest that was traveling from Australia, and on his social sources, he made reference that you can never have enough white shirts. So when he checked in, the team had given him a white shirt with our hotel logo on it.
Wow.
So this is what the difference between a luxury hotel is and a 5-star hotel is. Luxury goes that one step further to understand the guest requirements and enhance the guest requirements.
Awesome.
Personalization.
And details.
Nice little surprise details that you don't expect.
I'm just thinking, what if someone has this to me, like in a hotel, you can never expect that they did the research to know that you never have enough of white t-shirts, yes. So they brought you the white t-shirt.
Yeah. Right now, because it's Ramadan time, business is a bit slower, so you have maybe less arrivals. So we were having a conversation this morning about the amount of arrivals that were coming in and what can we do for each one of those arrivals to make a difference. Because you want them to walk away from your hotel raving about your hotel because of the attention they received.
And is it the difference between each hotel, like a plan or a strategy to give the different experience or the unique experience, differs from hotel to another according to the brand or according to the strategy of the team?
I think it's a number of things. I think it's according to what the brand wants to achieve, what the hotel wants to achieve, what is important to drive the business forward, what is the strategy. We do a lot of training with Forbes Travel Service to get that +1 moment, that engaged moment, how to read the guest. So we do a lot more additional training to focus on the wow.
You are in a position that is usually a male-dominated position, a GM, a female GM now. How do you excel in this? Because Dale, I have heard a lot about you even before you come to Egypt, about how Dale is just a brilliant GM. Mm-hmm. And I never worked with you. I wasn't lucky enough. But I heard a lot, and I have met you like more than a couple of times. I was really fascinated with your vibe and your leadership strategy, how you treat the team and everything. What's the secret?
The secret sauce. I treat people as the way I would like to have been treated or to be treated. Somebody gave me a chance in my career. I like to give team members a chance in their career. I've worked hard. I like to reward people that work hard. It's passion. I love what I do. I love people. I love to see people grow. I mentor people all around the world.
Yeah, that was very obvious. Since day one, you came to the event and you're like, just having fun, laughing with everyone. It was your first time to see every one of us, and your vibe was really so powerful.
We are in a business of people serving people. You need to be around people you like, and you need to have fun. One of the things I say to my team is the first day when I started, I made a huge mistake. And I still had my job the next day, and I fixed my mistake. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
As long as you admit it and are open and honest about it, everything can be fixed.
But you know what? In some cultures, they think if you look like you're having fun, that means you're not working. You're not a hard worker. Yes.
That's an old adage. Work should be fun. I like to laugh more than I cry.
In some cultures, that is a disaster. Like if your boss saw you having fun or even smiling during your working hours, that means that you're not working.
No, I
don't agree with that. You need to look exhausted and tired and drained, so you can be like a hard worker. So what is the challenges that you are facing as a female GM?
I don't want to say that I've faced many challenges because I've succeeded in doing what I do. I can say I've been in many meetings where I've been the only female around the table. I can also say that I've always put my hand in the air. I can also say that I've asked a question. I can also say that I'm very visual. And I've always wanted to grow. And I've always looked for the next move.
Okay. But it's very hard, leading an operation with all these workers. Like the hotel has almost like 1,000 or 800. We have at Conrad, we have 900.
Yeah, I have 400.
Yes, you have 400. Stewarding, F&B, housekeeping, and everything. It's very hard and different cultures. How you get this flex to deal with Middle Easterns, Europeans, Americans, English people?
But I think everybody just wants to be treated with respect. Yeah? And I'm visual. And I'm open. So I do something with the team once a month. And it's a coffee and cake session with Dale. So we sit down for an hour.
Wow.
And I tell
coffee
them,
and cake session.
Yeah. And it usually has about 20 odd people. And I ask them questions and they tell me stuff. So it's their one-to-one. And it's one of those conversations where it says whatever's said in the room stays in the room. It's like Vegas, just because I want them to tell me stuff or to ask me questions. Because if you don't tell me, I can't fix it. Yeah? I'm not the type of person to sit in an office. I hate sitting in my office. I'd rather walk around and speak to people. Yeah. So I think if you're visual and if you build the rapport, if you ask somebody how they are today, the next day they may tell you something great or something sad. Or they may tell you they need a new piece of equipment. Mm-hmm. But if you sit in your office and are not visual, they never get to build that relationship.
Yeah, of course, 100%. So how do you make the balance between the technical skills, experience, and the personal trait, as we were talking, when you're having a potential hires? You said you hire people according to personality.
Yes.
But how you make this balance between the necessity of the need of having the technical skills and the experience, industry experience, and having this balance also with the cultural fit, the culture that you create in your property or the culture of the organization you work for?
Listen, everybody that you hire has some development needs and has some strengths. So to me, it's understanding what their strengths is and playing on people's strengths, and then have a plan to make sure that you focus on where they need development. Yeah?
Oh.
Don't get me wrong. I think being a sales manager on day one would be really difficult if you don't know how to pick up the phone or if you don't have any relationships. But as long as you have the right attitude, the willing to learn, the team that can train you on what to do, and as well, if you're joining part of a team, my philosophy is understanding what value you're going to bring to that team. Because everybody has a value in a team. Mm-hmm. Yeah? But different people have different values.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense, to be honest. And I wish that we can normalize this concept of leadership, is that the leaders need to know that you are responsible for the values that you're adding to your team, that they doesn't have to get out of your organization or property or wherever you're working without adding something to their personality or their mindset or their CV or wherever. Because this is sometimes it's underrated.
Really?
Yes, the concept of adding the real value or having this as a responsibility.
Yeah.
Is you are responsible for adding values or experiences or tools as a leader, not for that from the environment or the work experience to the calibers or to the individuals that you're leading.
To me, I like to hire a team that wants to grow and develop and stay with us a long time. I don't want to constantly have to be recycling team members over. The worst thing that I hate, and this happens regularly, is we create a big, great team and the competitors start calling because they've heard how great the team is.
So what is your retention strategy for the team? How can you or what are you trying to do to retain your horses?
Yeah, we've actually been fortunate. I think people value the culture that we've created in our organization. Mm-hmm. And sometimes culture means more than perhaps going to the competitive set. Yeah? If people are happy and they see the vision, they understand the strategy, and they know they're contributing to it, they will stay for the long haul.
Okay, so finally, what is the legacy that you wish to live in the luxury hotel industry?
In Cairo?
Let's speak first about Cairo.
Yeah. To me, it's about the people and watching the people grow and knowing that I've created perhaps the next generation of leaders. If you look at our female diversity in the hotel, and I'll only count the people that we've hired since I've arrived, but we have roughly between 26 and 30% female diversity.
Wow.
Which is really high and above the norm in the country and the city.
Nice.
But to watch some of these female leaders grow, I think it's going to be amazing. But even to watch some of the male leaders grow is also going to be amazing. And, I mentor people all around the world. People can easily find me. So I'll be very curious to see where these people go next. Because we've got some great team members.
So you keep connected to your teams all over the world,
all over the
you
world.
Go, and you
all over the world.
And what impact do you want to live in the industry as a luxury hotel industry?
I want to leave.
So this is the legacy. Now it's the impact.
Yeah.
If there is something that you can imagine, you have a superpower, and you can contribute this superpower to change something or create something.
Well, there's a couple of awards I want to make sure that we win. I'm very much an awards-driven general manager.
Okay.
So it's awards and recognition, profile, continue to grow the profile of the hotel, to make sure the hotel the Waldorf is seen as the best hotel in the city because of the people that work there and because of the guest experience.
Which people creates.
Which people create. We are a people business. We are people serving people.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science. We're not putting a man on the moon.
Of course. It's the easiest thing. And you know what? This is the normal guts that we are created with. We are created to be like loving and supportive creatures and connected and everything. So I think if the one could connect with herself or himself deep inside, they will see that this is the best job they can ever get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is a job that I took for the summer 30 years ago, and I'm still doing it. So absolutely
30 years summer.
I absolutely love what I do, but I love what I do because I get to work with fantastic people all around the world. Mm-hmm. And I get to liaise with fantastic guests. I mean, I love speaking to guests. And I love watching people grow and develop their talents.
Wow. That's really amazing.
That's my job. I'm a leader.
You're a genuine leader. And I really can't thank you enough for having the time to come and contribute with our initiative. There is much people who really wanted to know how they can work in the luxury industry and what they need to work on themselves. So
they need to put themselves out there.
They need to.
If they don't apply, they'll never get a job in it.
Yeah, but sometimes it's very hard when you apply to get that. That's why we are here. Is sometimes there's a lot of CVs and it's really hard for a human being to see like 1,000 CV for a vacancy.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So at least we are using this contribution to help people be seen.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.